Ever wonder why everyone says you should shoot in RAW? Let's talk about it. To explain, I'm going to use this photo I took of our family last year. As you can see, we are underexposed, meaning we look way too dark, while the sky behind us is overexposed, meaning it looks completely white. Now let's see what happens when we edit a RAW version of this photo versus a JPEG version of this photo in Lightroom. I'm going to start by bringing down the highlights, and as you can see, this brings out detail in that overexposed sky. Next, I'm going to bring up the shadows, which brings out more details in any places that are dark in the image. And lastly, I'm going to bring down the whites, which again brings out more details in those overexposed areas. Before we mess with anything else, what differences do you notice in these two files? Well, the primary difference is that there are more details which are retained in the RAW file versus the JPEG, and that's because the RAW file is significantly larger than the JPEG file, 36 megabytes larger to be exact. And because of the size of RAW files, it captures more details in your images, even if you can't see all those details before you start editing. And I'm going to show you one more reason why shooting in RAW is better than JPEG, and that is because of the white balance. I'm moving my temperature up here, and as you can see, it looks as if a yellow filter is being applied over the JPEG file, whereas there's much more of a subtle and realistic warmth being added to the RAW file. To show one last comparison between these two files, I edited the RAW image how I would normally edit my photos, and then I applied those exact same edits to the JPEG file, and this is how it came out. As you can see, all the adjustments are much harsher on the JPEG file, and that is again because it's a much smaller file. So let me know if you have any other questions, and I hope this helps.